Cold tea today.
That always kept me searching within these walls. Home is not the place.
Come on in.
Escape. Serenity surrounds me. A miracle is happening to me. I'm finally learning what a home can be.
Come on in.
Within these walls, I have learned to fly.
Grab your
Take
tea.
charge of my life and find the peace inside me. Within these walls, we love and work and play, finding joy along the way. And now I want to stay within these walls. Within these walls, my thoughts would pull me down. I wouldn't look around to see
That
that
one didn't
love
work.
surrounds me. Within these walls, friends now gather here, and laughter fills the air. It's all that I was wanting.
Third time's charm.
Tried before to do it on my own. Now I found a way to make a home. Within these walls, I have learned to fly, to take charge of my life and find the peace inside me. Within these walls, we love and work and play, finding joy along the way. And now I want to stay
Found
within these walls.
Okay, we got 200 people in here. It's time to get started. You know, it's anti-procrastination day. And you know what we procrastinate about most? I can tell you. We procrastinate about taking care of ourselves the most. Yeah, you heard me right. Taking care of ourselves. And when we're going to buy an RV so we can actually go and do some things this summer, that's a beautiful idea. You know, you can go buy a tent and do the same thing. That could be fun too. I used to love tent camping. But here's the things we need to remember. We need to remember to be grateful for everything. Everything in our lives. Be grateful. You know, it's the little things. Like having a cup of tea and sitting down with your friends and enjoying time together. Whether it's virtually or it's in person like Leanne and I got to do Saturday. And if you missed our conference on Saturday, go get it. It's $47 until next Monday, and then we're going to be turning it off. Go get it. You get our $140 swag bag. We'll never be able to top that swag bag, I'm telling you. That was a great swag bag. We just kept adding things to it all the time, and it was wonderful. But go check it out. But taking care of you is one of the hardest things we have to learn how to do. And that's what flying is all about. Finally loving yourself. Finally loving yourself is the most important part of it. Leanne reminds me that the link to get the conference on Saturday is savingdinner.com/house. That's all you got to do. There's Jenny from just west of me. We had some bad rain. The boys had to leave, but they worked hard since 9:30 this morning, so they got in a good 6 hours. I was real proud of them. But after 4 tries, I finally found something I wanted to talk about because I want to keep things lighthearted because there's too much bad news out there. There's just too much crap out there. And we've got to find some joy. Some joy in our lives. And whether it's, buying a used pop-up tent camp. I mean, my very first job in high school, freshman, between my junior and senior year in high school, was working at a campground, folks. Working at a campground. And people love camping. Camping is fun. Especially when you make it easy on yourself and you have all your kitchen stuff in a tub and all your hygiene stuff in a tub, and you can do it. Coming up with ways to have fun with your family. Our team is taking a long weekend. They're taking Friday and Saturday and Sunday and Monday off. How wonderful is that? To get to have a long weekend with your family, not have to take a whole weekend. This is the way Robert did the whole time he was a judge. He would take off long weekends. Piggyback a Friday and Monday, or piggyback it around a vacation. There was an actual vacation. And it turned into 5 days really fast. Somebody's making salsa this afternoon. That sounds good. I have got hair sticking out. I don't know why it curls up. Look at that. Look at that. So we've got to look for, many years ago, Robert, I'll tell you this story. We were hiking. And we were up at Shining Rock, and we were hiking. And it was a high hike. It was fun, but I couldn't get over, I was keeping the same pace he was. And when Robert hikes, he gets a song in his head. And he kind of taught me to do that too. Well, I looked at him and I said, "What song are you playing in your head?" And he said, "Look for the Union label." It was a commercial, but it was to the same tune as "Look for the Silver Lining." I was doing the Silver Lining, and he was doing "Look for the Union label," and we were singing. We were walking at the same pace, and we were in step together. So looking for joy, looking for a little joy in your life, just turns things around. We've got too much bad news out there. So we need to look for the good things, the happy things. We did the same thing one time when we bought a painting. We're at an auction. And it's so nice when you can finish each other's sentences. It really is. And he asked me, "Is there anything else you want at the auction?" Because we had a seat right smack dab in the middle. It was a good seat. And if we got up, we were going to lose that seat. And I said, "Yeah, there's one other thing I'm looking at, but it doesn't come up for a while." He said, "Well, there's one other thing I'm looking at too." And he didn't tell me what it was, and I didn't tell him what I was looking at. And it finally came up in the numbers. They auction things off by the numbers on the item. And it finally came up, and I looked at it and I said, "Here's what I'm looking for." And he said, "I'm looking for the same thing." We had both liked the same painting without being beside each other when we picked it out. Now, that's being like-minded, which is wonderful, somebody's talking about drinking their water. I've already gotten all my water in and 2 extra glasses today. So I'm feeling pretty good about myself, y'all. Pretty good. Now, so what can you find that brings you joy right now? It doesn't have to be big things. Yeah, somebody's saying we're in zone 1 today. entrance of your home, the front porch, and your dining room. And we've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And yeah. So my front porch is looking pretty good. It's hard to they loved being out in the rain doing the pressure washer. Main thing here is we have to look for the joy. Moultrie told me, he said, Miss Marla, I really like pressure washing in the rain. I'm getting wet anyway, so we might as well work. But it was thundering. I made him come in the house. But what can you do? Find joy. Find something that makes you happy. Count your blessings. We sang a song in church. Count your blessings. Count them one by one. You know, instead of counting sheep at night when you can't sleep, count your blessings. Imagine that. Say your I ams of I am strong, I am courageous, I am powerful. Count those blessings because they're all a blessing. Learn to count your blessings, not your problems. Not your problems. We don't want to count our problems. Here's the funny thing. I learned this from Rita Davenport. If we each one of us put all of our problems in this basket, every one of them, and we could, if we put our problems in this basket, they would all go away. And then we got to pull out, so you put 3 problems in there, you got to pull out 3 problems. How many of you would do that? Not a single one of you. Because you think you can take care of your problems. You don't want anybody else's problems. Think about it. So let's be thankful for what we can do. Little things like have a cup of tea. Little things like getting your front porch cleaned off. Being thankful for children that are healthy. Being thankful for your health. Being thankful for the kindness of others. So let's count our blessings each night. Before you go to bed, just write down 3 things that you're thankful for. 3 things. If you find more, that's great. But having this thankful attitude, and thank God for those things. Thank Him for them. Because without His blessings on your life, you would be lost. You would be lost. So Leanne made the comment today, there's not enough coffee in this day. I thought it was so funny. I said, that's your new mug. There's not enough coffee in the day. And she has this little saying she does, like, pinkies up, pinkies up. Well, we all drink with our pinkies up, especially when you got a dainty little teacup, which is so cute. Pinkies up. She's going to have to explain to me where that came from. And then I started searching Google images, and there's lots of pinkies up things. I had no clue. I'd never really heard it before until she said it. Pinkies up. So we have to look for our blessings. Look for the things that bring you joy. You're sitting there folding clothes and you're griping about having to fold clothes. Who's listening to you gripe? Well, one of our songs, I'm switching and swiping and you won't hear me griping. That's one of the lyrics in our songs. I got a testimonial one time from a lady who was folding clothes and her 8-year-old daughter was helping her. And all of a sudden, her little girl picks up Daddy's underwear. She says, honey, I'll fold Daddy's underwear. And the little girl, just see this in your mind's eye. The little girl put her hands on her hips and she says, well, I might as well learn how to do it because I'm going to be doing it for the rest of my life. Where did she hear that? Where did those words come into her brain? She heard her mother complaining about doing laundry. It's a blessing to have laundry to do. It's a blessing to have a washing machine. It's a blessing to have a dryer. It's a blessing to have family to put clean clothes on. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to sit down and fold clothes and not be rushed. It's a blessing. So count your blessings. Name them one by one. Write them down if you have to. Plaster them on a bulletin board. Turn the negativity around to something positive. Do it. You can start right this minute. You don't have to wait till bedtime. In fact, I want you to get out a note card and write down 3 blessings right now. Put them in the chat. Put them in the chat. And share our videos so you can have other people counting their blessings. Now, this month and every month, we're going to be reading the book of Proverbs. Today, we read chapter 1. I shared it with everybody. Tomorrow, we're going to read chapter 2. I set an alarm on my phone to remind me at 9:30 in the morning to read the next chapter. Whatever the day is, that's the chapter you read. And you know, Bible Gateway will read it to you. It takes 3 minutes. Guess what? I calculated it this morning. I set my timer. And it was over with before the timer went off. Monday, we start our sprint. Yes, savingdinner.com/sprint. So let's learn to count our blessings. This will give us peace in our heart. Peace. Because when we're complaining about everything, our brains shut down. We're filling the environment of our home with negativity when we complain and we whine and we carry on like we're the only person in the house that does anything. It doesn't matter if that's the case. I don't care. Just do it and don't complain about it. Because, well, I think my AirPods just died. So you're listening to me over the phone. So find your blessings. Look for them. Look for the silver lining in everything you do. That's my motto. To find joy in everything I do and to be a devoted wife to my sweet darling. When I do the first part of that motto, I don't have to have the second part because I am that when I do the first part. So take some time today to count your blessings, to enjoy a little bit of peace. And you're going to be blown away by how people will love to be around you. They won't have to walk on eggshells around you. They'll want to be around you because your smile is contagious. So how many shares have we got so far, folks? Somebody tell me how many shares we've had. I haven't seen how many shares we have. So y'all keep sharing our videos. Keep sharing them because you're helping others. Look at these. Count your blessings and be thankful for the things that you don't think are blessings. Even bad things that have happened to me have become blessings. They have. I know you don't believe it, but it has. Things that turn you onto another path in your life, they are really blessings. You think it's terrible when you're going through it, but that's God taking care of you. Well, folks, thanks for sharing. Thanks, everybody. Y'all are so sweet. Keep sharing. Y'all are a blessing to me. Being on this show twice a day is a blessing to me. I love you all. 25 shares. Thanks, Willow. Let's make it 50. Do I hear 50? I talked about auctions. I wish I was an auctioneer sometimes. That's kind of funny. I like to go to auctions, but I don't go to auctions much anymore. Anyway. Throwdowns. There's Miss Kaylee. You'll have to rewatch it, Miss Kaylee. Well, y'all have a great rest of the afternoon. I love you all. And, what are you cooking for 4th of July? It's coming up. Yeah, it is. And today's Canada Day. Canada Day. Anyway, I love you. Y'all have fun. Be safe out there. I'm thankful for toilet paper too. See you later.